Hello everybody, Defense here, and welcome to something new I'm giving a try. These are going to be mini tutorials. Well, I say mini, they're just going to be tutorials here on the channel. So I've been messing around with a bit of redstone recently for projects on my single player survival world, and have had a lot of people ask for tutorials on them. So I thought, hey, why not? Let's start throwing down some tutorials on stuff that I've built. There may already be stuff out there like this. If there is, please let me know so I can credit them. I kind of just built this. I don't know. But as I said, there's a chance somebody else could have it. But let's hop right into it anyway. And this here can be anywhere from 1 to 15 long. You can extend it on to a lot bigger than 15, but I'm not going to cover that today. This is the module that I'm currently using in my single player world. We'll talk about the timing in a little bit. It's just the clock type that I use. But yeah, so this here is used to create basalt. There are 3 things you need to generate basalt. One of them is blue ice, so the highest tier of ice. So to do that, you can either go mine it at the glaciers. Icebergs. Glaciers are on land, icebergs are on water. Duh. Or you can get 81 regular ice, combine that all to make 9 packed ice, or whatever they call it now, and then combine those 9 to make blue ice. Those are the 2 different ways I know to get it. I think you can also get it from the Wandering Trader, so keep an eye out if you don't have access to it. The other piece is soul soil. This will not work with soul sand, only with soul soil. And the third piece you need is lava. So the lava has to touch both of these at the same time, and then it will create a piece of basalt. Right there. Boom, done. It's awesome. I like it. It looks real nice. I love playing with the basalt. I have a couple of cool ideas for it. As I said, my single player world, that's why we did this. But that's that. So, and as I said, that's how it's created. And then I'll just talk about the little sliver here. I'll actually do it from the other side because it's a bit easier to see. There's not a minecart in the way. But this guy here has the pistons here, which are used to push it down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 long, because of the fact that this is 12 right here. So it can only push those that many entities through there, or blocks technically, because they're not entities. But what we're going to do is I'm actually going to show you first needed items. And this is if you want to build the full size, including this guy here and everything. And my standard thing here, I'll talk about the 2 options there once we get back up there. But this is everything you're going to need to build this. And what I'm going to do now is quickly throw down a slice so you guys can see what it's going to look like. Okay, I'm just going to build it pretty close to the ground. I'm not going to go too high up. So the way this works is you start off like that. You go boom, boom. And then, so that's whatever, and you can use any building block. I did not put in how many building blocks because you might use others. So you have to go there and there. And that'll create that. And I'm actually going to build this in a 1x design here. Boom. And then, whoop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I need 12 and 13. And I'll explain that in a second. So these all have to get powered from the top. Like so. And then we need this guy. I did need that repeater. My brain no work. Boom. So we'll actually just get our first piece of basalt in real quick. That works. A little bit of repeater action down here. And this was just made to kind of maximize so that you can get the full length without having any issues. Let's put that guy there and this guy here. And that is pretty much, as I said, just the slice. And I'm going to show it to you manually, and then I'm actually going to show you how to build up those little guys there for just the single slice. Because as I said, you can run this off a single slice. So this guy here would normally just press everything all the way out. And then once he gets to this end, you want a way, usually just to kind of automate the push through on it. So let's grab that, actually, yeah, I need that, a repeater, and some blocks, if I remember correctly. Hooah. So, and you can do this from any side if you're using the single. So I'm gonna actually go in from this side. Boom, 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 boom. And like that. So that's how you're gonna build it. So coming out of this, you're gonna go one block, and then you're gonna go up one, and then to the side one, to the side two, up one, and back in one, if that makes sense. And we're gonna go boom, and then boom, boom. And the reason I am using the glowstone is just because, one, I thought it looked better, and two, my initial design would sometimes pulse back. So I used the glowstone because glowstone will not allow signal down. Oh, that was actually a really bad test because that powers both. So you'll see the signal just stops right at the edge of the glowstone, so it will not go down, which is pretty useful in a lot of situations. It's not very much needed right now, but I just kept it from my original design. So you'd have some form of clock hooked up to here. It'll kick it all through, and it'll go all the way down. And as I said, you can build just this section. You can build it shorter. If you only have 5 pistons, just throw 5 pistons in, move this whole thing down, chop it here, and go to town. So that's how that stuff is going to work there. The timing setup I have here, as I said, is really basic. I actually use this on 2 or 3 farms in my world. I know there's tons of other ways to do it. I honestly like doing it this way, and one of them's a small enough route that I just use a regular minecart, and I just sit in it sometimes. I don't know why I did it, but I did. It was on my flower farm. Yeah, so I just sit there and run it. The reason this one uses a minecart hopper and not a regular minecart, hold on, let me break it, is because if you saw, the minecart hopper was going around no problem. It just kept going and going and going. Regular minecarts stop like 3/4 of the way around. And I don't know why. I don't know why minecart hoppers carry their momentum better than regular minecarts. And it's a mystery to me. So if you guys do know the answer to that, please do let me know in the comments down below. It would be very, very much appreciated. But yeah, this is a very simple circuit. It's pretty cheap. You just need some iron, a little bit of gold, and a pressure plate. And then it does cost a spare piston. But as I said, there are plenty of other clocks out there. So if you like a different clock style over another, feel free to use that. I have it set up to trigger a 1-tick pulse straight out of here. Actually, I don't know why that's on. I can actually just go like that. But it does have to be 2, not on 3. And that makes it so 1 would spit out the blocks, 2 makes it so the blocks stay, so every pulse you'll get something. And if you look, this circle here is just long enough where almost immediately when those are placed, it kicks it over. Which I think is pretty cool. So, if this is something you guys do enjoy, or feel you'll use... Oh, actually, no, I was just about to end. Hold on, let me shut this off, because when it's running, it's a bit annoying. So, as I said, there's many different options for these here. I think you'd call it a block detector, technically, because it's detecting when a block is here. So you have any power source, it can be redstone block, redstone torch, whatever you want, kicked into the side of here, and that will actually send the power through this up into these. And as I said, I don't know why that's there, a pretty simple setup here. It loops itself through, and this runs off a single torch tower. And it's the less expensive way. It only requires 1 repeater. Actually, they both only require 1 repeater, but you don't have to use the glowstone. You can just use torches. And I think it looks nice, but as I said, I like this one here a bit better. It loops itself through, and I think it just looks a little nicer with the glowstone, you know? So that's going to be there, and I think I just thought of a third design. Let me just test this. Alright, so yeah, just doing this made me think of it, guys. There's actually a much smaller section, a much smaller way to do it. And that is this one right here. It doesn't require the block detector off the side. I always forget, not really that I forget about observers, but for whatever reason I didn't think to do it. And there's probably a much cleaner way to do this. But yeah, that's how you can build it using an observer as well. So it's 1 observer, 2 comparators, and 4 pieces of redstone. So as I said, there's 3 options. These 2 come off the side. This one comes off the back. So you just put that right in place where that repeater is, and you'd be able to just build it just like that. So again, that's really, if I were to build the small one, I think I'd use this just because it's a slim line and I could just put it in a small area and just keep it out of the way. But those are those 3 different options there. So I hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial. If you have any questions or anything on more specifics down below. The thing I don't think I went over was the items. Specifically, it's 201 redstone and 165 pistons, and then numbers as listed here. The lava I didn't actually go over. So that's all of the items to build this. And then the lava, depending on how you want to do it, lava is pretty easy to get a hold of. So me personally, I did lava all the way through, but you can just do one at the end of each side there and then one in the middle if you want, and that'll work fine. That is if you do it in the overworld. If you do it in the nether, I think you can just put one at each end and it should almost flow. It's 1 2 3 4 5. No, you'd have 3 blanks in the middle, so you'd still need 2, but I filled everything in and I think it looks better personally. But not that you can see it, I think I covered it up. But yeah, those are the different options you have for this basalt generator. And as I said, I hope you guys did enjoy it and you learned a little bit of something about redstone today while you were at it. But I want to thank you guys for stopping in. If you guys do build this in this world, feel free to send me some pictures of where you built it, what it looks like, and you know, those kind of things there. You can find me on Twitter at defense041. You can find me on YouTube. Obviously, you've already found me here. And I also do stream on Twitch twice a week, every Wednesday and Friday evening. So feel free to check me out there. All the links for stuff will be down in the description. But again, I want to thank you for stopping in. I hope you did enjoy, and I hope you have a nice night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is some defense. I hope to see you again soon. Peace.